Janelle and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a raincoat. For the last 2 years I've been wanting to make myself a raincoat. I think it all started about 2 years ago when I went to a market and saw the most beautiful handmade raincoats. They were all made from vintage fabric. They were just stunning and way prettier than any raincoat you can buy from the shops. Unfortunately at the time I couldn't afford to buy one, but instead I decided I would have a go at making one for myself. Fast forward 2 years and I'm finally going to give it a try. As you might have seen in my latest how to create an ethical wardrobe video, I went op shopping and picked up the prettiest PVC tablecloth from the op shop for just $4 and decided it would make the perfect raincoat for me. I mean, how cute is it? It has pink and mustard pears on it and it's also got flowers on it, and I just think it's the cutest print ever. So I picked it up and today I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to turn it into a raincoat. For this project I kind of loosely based the template for the raincoat off this pattern here, Simplicity 8298, but to be completely honest I customized and changed the pieces so much it really didn't end up looking anything like this pattern. So for this project I recommend taking a coat that you already own and love and drafting a pattern from that coat instead. I've actually shared a video on how to draft patterns from clothing you already own, and I'll leave that linked down below if you'd like to check it out, and just follow the method I show in that video to draft yourself a template for this raincoat project. For this project you will need your PVC fabric of choice, a pair of scissors, some sewing clips, I'll explain what these are in a second, a press fastener kit, and your coat template. First, cut your template out. With PVC fabric, it's important you don't use pins as they'll leave permanent holes once you remove them, which for a raincoat isn't ideal as you want it to stay as waterproof as possible. Instead, I recommend you weigh your templates down with weights or anything else you might have handy. I didn't do this, but instead carefully held the template down while I cut it out. It also helped that my fabric had lines in it so that I could follow those instead. Now that the pieces are all cut out, it's time to sew your raincoat. As mentioned, pins are not ideal when working with PVC, so instead I use some sewing clips. These are amazing and hold your PVC together perfectly without damaging the fabric like pins would. Next, change your stitch length to about 3.5. If your stitches are too close together, they will perforate the PVC, making it likely to tear. It's also important to keep in mind that once you stitch the PVC fabric, you can't remove the holes that the stitches create. Once the PVC is pierced, it's permanent, so you want to be sure you don't need to do any unpicking or anything like that. The PVC tablecloth I'm using is quite stiff and the seams weren't lying down as flat as I would have liked, so I decided to top stitch them down. This adds more holes to the fabric, which again isn't ideal for a raincoat, so I don't really recommend doing this. My PVC tablecloth had a felt layer on the back though, which kind of helps heal the PVC fabric a little bit once it's pierced, so the holes aren't as big and permanent as they might have been if it didn't have that felt layer. Next, attach the front of the coat to the back at the shoulder seams. Once that's done, it's time to make the facing. The facing is going to help attach the hood to the coat and will give the coat a nice neat finish on the inside, all while covering up the sharp PVC seams on the inside of the coat. Once the facing is done, it's time to put the hood together. This bit's a little tricky as you really have to force the PVC fabric in order to make it curve into a hood shape. Just take your time with it and use as many clips as you need to hold it in place. Next, hem the outside raw edge of the hood. As PVC doesn't fray, it only needs to be folded over once for the hem. Now it's time to attach the hood to the coat, attaching the facing at the same time, matching the seams together. Once sewn, turn the facing right side out, hiding the raw seams on the inside. Next, it's time to add the sleeves. Again, gently force the PVC as best you can to clip the sleeve seams together. Once attached, fold the sleeves right sides together and matching seams, lining up the edge of the sleeves and the side of the coat. Clip together all the way along. Once sewn, hem the sleeve. Next, hem the entire bottom of the coat, again just folding the PVC once to hem. Now this part is optional, but once I hemmed the coat, I decided to top stitch the facing down to help it sit a little flatter. It made it sit down a lot neater, but it did create extra holes, so just keep that in mind if you end up wanting to top stitch your facing as well. Now, the last step is to put your press fasteners in. For some reason, this part made me really nervous, so I had a few practice goes before putting them into my actual coat, but I'm happy to say that they worked out fine. Just be sure to follow the instructions with your kit carefully and you should have no problems with them at all. So, how does this raincoat look? I am so happy with how this one has turned out. I think it's just something so different and unlike anything you'll ever buy in a shop, and it's completely one of a kind, and I think that's really cool. One thing I will say though is that this particular PVC fabric that I've used is very stiff and it creases really easily, so you can still see the lines where the tablecloth has been folded in someone's cupboard for years and years, and they don't look like they're going to be coming out anytime soon. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try and see if I can steam them out, because obviously you can't iron the PVC fabric. And this is a bit of a problem because I am hoping to take this raincoat with me to Japan at the end of the year, but I just can't be sure how it's gonna hold up in luggage. So I'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I'm also really happy with how these press fasteners have turned out. I was really nervous putting them into the coat, but I think they just make it look so professional, so I'm so happy with that. If you like this video, then be sure to subscribe to my channel for more DIY projects like this one, and come and find me on Instagram @RosaryApparel if you'd like to see some of the other things I make. Thanks for watching!